If you are building a mobile app today, you are essentially deciding how fast you want to burn your capital. Traditional native development forces you to hire and pay two completely separate engineering teams, one for iOS and one for Android. Flutter changes that equation by allowing your team to write one single codebase and deploy it across every platform simultaneously. This table shows the stark differences. Flutter consistently lands in the $30K to $120K range, well below the native ceiling. While losing bare metal optimizations, the trade-off cuts engineering labor by up to 50%. For most apps, modern rendering engines make any performance gap invisible. Because it balances near-native speed with significantly lower overhead, Flutter has become the standard choice for businesses prioritizing their return on investment. While the technical choice is clear, navigating the actual budget is where most founders get lost. You can take the exact same app concept to 3 different agencies and receive quotes ranging from $15,000 to over $150,000. That massive variance is driven by 3 specific hidden variables that usually go unaddressed in the first meeting. The final price of your app is determined by a series of strategic choices you make before a single line of code is ever written. The first major cost driver is feature complexity and the tendency to build too much too early. This quadrant chart maps app features by development cost versus impact. Demanding high-cost items like real-time streaming pushes your budget into the $80,000 tier immediately. In contrast, using pre-built packages for standard features keeps costs low while maintaining high user value. Stripping your concept down to these core high-impact features results in a minimum viable product, or MVP. A strict MVP approach prevents you from depleting your capital on luxury features before you validated your product in the market, often reducing your initial investment by 60%. Founders often mistakenly assume the cost of the app is just the cost of the screens the user sees. That UI is only the surface. Beneath it lies the invisible infrastructure, the servers, databases, and APIs required to make the app actually function. Building this backend typically accounts for 25 to 35% of your total budget. Focusing exclusively on the front-end design creates a budget blind spot that can stall a project once the real technical work begins. The second major cost variable is the physical location of your development team. This graph shows the market rate for 1,000 hours of Flutter development across different regions. A North American team burns cash quickly, pushing a medium app past $150,000. A specialized team in India completes that same project for $35,000 to $50,000. The trade-off is often perceived as a risk to communication and code quality. Full-service studios like GrowRankers mitigate this risk by using agile management and rigorous testing to ensure offshore efficiency meets enterprise-grade standards. Partnering with an agency that blends offshore rates with disciplined quality control provides the most significant budget efficiency for a growing business. The final variable is the choice to invest in planning before writing a single line of code. This decision tree shows the impact of skipping a formal discovery phase. Saving a few $1,000s early leads to 30% budget overruns later because the scope was never defined. Upfront investment in discovery buys a blueprint, including UX research, architecture, and a fixed timeline. Many premium partners offer this as a standalone engagement, allowing you to validate the project's logic before committing to the full build. Using a small amount of capital to secure a strict architectural blueprint is a founder's most reliable defense against project failure. Now, let's map these variables to specific business models to see what your actual numbers might look like. A basic utility MVP typically ranges from $10,000 to $15,000. A more robust e-commerce platform will move into the $30,000 to $50,000 bracket. For complex builds like a telehealth portal, expect to invest $60,000 to $80,000 or more. You also need to account for ongoing maintenance, which generally requires 15% to 20% of your initial cost every year. While your business model sets your baseline, your execution strategy is what determines if you stay within that budget. By combining a single codebase with high rendering performance, Flutter provides a clear financial advantage for cross-platform development in 2026. To protect your runway as you scale, you have to be strategic about where your engineering happens. The most effective modern playbook is to leverage geographic labor arbitrage through a specialized team that operates with total transparency. GrowRankers was designed to execute this exact model, providing deep Flutter expertise and enterprise-level testing while maintaining the cost benefits of a global team. Trading geographical proximity for a rigorous global partnership allows you to redirect your capital into the quality of the product itself.